Hey guys, Christina Torres here. How's everyone? Today's video, I'm going to give you some story tips, how you could utilize stories for your business and show a little bit more about who you are. If you are someone new to my page, please say hello, drop a hello, let me know where you're tuning in from. If you are a veteran watcher, drop a 2 and still let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm just sharing this to my group really quick and so we can get started. Okay, so basically, in a nutshell, right now, a few things I want to let you guys know is even though at the time of the timing of this video, we're going through what we're going through you know, the virus and everything like that. I want you guys just to know that it's still okay for you to work your business. This, as business owners, we still have to go on. So just think about how you can be creative. How I always encourage you to work your business with value. Work your business with value, not as a spammer, not as just a salesperson. Give value and give tips, okay? And then we won't feel so guilty about presenting our information. So if you are watching live with me, drop a hello so I know who's tuning in with me. I'm going to have my phones here so I can see who's on with me. If you use stories right now for your business, please let me know either way. Are you using stories for your business? Just put yes. Thank you for the love. If you're not using stories, then put no. And maybe after hearing these tips, you will utilize the stories for your business. So if you want to run, I have a few videos here on my page in my group on different ideas. Hey, Selena, thanks for joining live. Selena, are you using stories for your business? I believe you are. I know I've seen some stuff on yours, I think. So on this page, there's other videos of stories and inside my group, okay? So if you want this information, what I'm going over is some post information I gave about a month ago in my group. Just daily tips that I talked about, stories these were from Mr. Coach Brian Fryer. But things that we've talked about prior that I've suggested, or maybe you guys knew too. So I just wanted to give you guys some refreshers if you're not using stories to encourage you, okay? And then if you want this information, if you're not in my group, then for sure, join my group, The Biz Corner with Christina. Make sure you answer my questions or you will not be allowed in, okay? All right, so really quick, and I have to write my little thing here because I have my notes, so you guys need to bear with me, please. So when you're using your stories, you want to make sure you're going at least in your stories 1 to 3 times a day, okay? And that can look different for you depending how much time you have. So if you're doing the stories, maybe one time, is it giving value? What is it giving? Making sure that, for me, the way I do my stories is I do my best to try to load what we call a storyboard. I load my storyboard at night, so it's just throughout the whole day. So I know what I need to post about, what I need to put about. Now, right now in the timing of this video, you know, we're all a little bit home right now because we're out of work because of this situation. So I'm kind of randomly posting. I'm not posting night the way I normally do because I have more time. So for me, when you do your storyboard and you do your at least 5 to 7 story pictures, right, or story clips, that's what I like to do at night. If you're a morning person, then do it in the morning. But if you have the time, it just depends, you know, but at least you're doing it at least 1 to 3 times a day, okay? Because you want at least to have a story throughout your day. So I want you guys to understand that when you have a story, do you guys know, I want to show you here what your feed looks like. So it's the picture, I don't know, this is the way this camera is. The picture around your profile picture will be blue around your picture. That means someone has a story. If you don't have a story, then it won't turn blue. Okay, so I hope you guys know that. All right, so if you're new watching now with me, please let me know if you're using stories, yes or no. And if you do use stories, how often I'm trying to get comfortable. How often are you guys posting in your stories? Okay, all right, so let's get through this. All right, so the first thing that I want to remind you guys, and this is simply how I do my storyboard. Let me go over these tips, and then I'll let you guys know how I organize what I call a storyboard. So you definitely want to be funny and entertaining your stories, okay? You don't always just kind of want to be boring and not giving, you know, funniness, value. or even just spamming your products. Okay, definitely do not just spam your products, guys. And I'll write a little note how I can give you guys some ideas how to use your products without being spammers in your stories. So when I talk about being funny in your stories, funny memes, funny gifs, or whatever those are. I don't think you can do gifs in a story, but anyways, so more of the funny memes, a funny quote maybe, and making sure, like right now in the timing of this video, we're talking about what's going on with the virus and everything. We're all overwhelmed and stressful in this situation. I believe we are. But I really feel at this time, if you want to stand out and be a leader, if you watched my video the other day, no more of the coronavirus memes and all the toilet paper stuff. Like, we already know. Let's try to move forward and be a leader and stay away from that, and entertain in another way and give value to your viewers, because everyone else's feed is about this our situation right now. And for you to stand out, be different. Okay, so give them entertainment. People are looking at stories. We have a lot of time right now, so be funny in your stories. Show funny things. Give a quote that's funny. Okay, put a music. Use the tools that Facebook gives you. Put some music with it, so it's not so boring. Okay, so funny stuff. Entertain is my first tip. Number 2 is behind the scenes. So behind the scenes is, what are you doing on the weekend for your business? What are you working on? So if you guys ever follow me on my stories, normally when life is normal, I'm on behind the scenes and I'm doing something. I'm doing a training. I am looking at my calendar. I'm looking at what are my topics for the week. I'm scheduling my posts in advance, because I try to schedule from my Instagram and my business page in advance for the week. So sometimes on my weekend, I'll show you guys what I'm doing. Sometimes I'm on a team training on Zoom, because most of my team members, they're not here. The new business that I've been doing for a while now, it's not, no one's local. Everyone is on my team is outside of my state of Arizona. My upline is in Chicago, and then our main group is in New York. So the way we have our group is, when we do our team trainings, it's all through Facebook groups and Zoom. So sometimes I might share that, because you can be on anyone's team you want to be, that who's comfortable with, you're comfortable with. They don't necessarily need to be in your hometown, because, there's so much technology right now. When I first started my first business, it was local. It was here where I was from, the group and everything. But, life changes, things change, you change. And I found another opportunity that I went and directed in. So my whole point was, Christina, okay, stay focused, Christina. Behind the scenes, show what you're doing. If you're at your calendar, your desk, whatever it is that you're doing, just show them what you're doing. If you're at a training, if you are local with your people, maybe you guys are at a team training, you're at an event or something like that, then show that. Okay. And then 3 is a little bit again of how you can inspire people, and that's again through quotes. So motivational quotes, boss babe quotes, anything, and find that on Pinterest. Just go to Pinterest, search entrepreneur quotes, funny quotes, women quotes, boss mom or boss babe quote, whatever that one is. And then just pick whatever resonates to you and then put it out, because you never know who's looking at your stories who needs motivation for you to give them that motivation. Okay. Because even if you just help one person daily, you've done something. Okay. You're doing what's the best thing that we can do. And then when you do quotes, I try to remember, and I don't do this all the time, is putting music in the background, because that is an option and tool that Facebook gives you for stories, to put music for whatever it is you're posting. Okay. It could be anything, whatever you're doing. So it's just more exciting. It's more entertainment. Okay. One tip that I will put, though, is if you're going to do a quote, put something that's entertaining first. You want the first, story to be something that's going to be catchy. Okay, it's going to be a catching, getting someone's attention. So what is it going to be? Funny music, a funny whatever it is, for them to continue. Because most of the time what happens if it's just a product post and it's not music, it's not giving value, you're going to lose your audience, guys. So making sure you're starting with if you're starting your storyboard with something that's going to keep them going, kind of like that commercial, the start of the movie, anything like that. Think of it that way. Another way you can also show through your stories is tips and tricks. Okay, so stories are 25-second segments. Okay, they're micro, something I always forget, but it's only for 25 seconds. So what can you show them behind the scenes? How do you use your toner in the morning and why? How do you make that coffee in the morning and why? Okay. And you're not saying the product name. You're not saying the company. You're not saying, hey, it's on sale for 10% off. You are using it. You are using that toner and saying, this is my daily toner I use because I have dark spots on my face. I get really oily on my skin and I use my toner daily because it helps my skin concerns. Or I'm a mom who's always busy and I drink this coffee every day because it helps my energy. And I need all the energy I can, going around daily with my kids, with my mom life. Okay. So do you see the difference of saying something like that in your stories versus, hey guys, want to let you know it's on sale this month, 10% off, versus giving value in that clip. So someone's going to continue. I've talked in the past too, so you guys will have to go back to the other videos I've done where if you're doing a tutorial on how to do your skincare and why, you could break it up through Facebook if you're on a Facebook page and give a clip and say, show an important highlight. And if you don't know how to do that, then you could just simply go here on Facebook and say, hey guys, I just did a live over on my business page or in my closed group, wherever you are, on why I use my toner to help my dark spots. If you want that information, go to my business page or feel free to message me to send so I can give you the link. So you can direct whoever's interested in what you're asking or saying, you can direct them to where it is. Okay. And that's a little bit too as your lifestyle. Who are you? What you're about? What do you want to be known for? Why does someone want to follow Christina? Why does someone want to follow Selena? What is it you're doing behind the scenes that you show you're human? Okay, maybe you're doing movie night. What are you guys doing during this quarantine time? Some of us, wherever, depending on what state you are, we're like, you're literally quarantined. You're in your homes. You can't do anything. At the time of this video where I'm at, we're able to do a little bit like, yes, they're advising for us to stay in, which me and my kids are. But I have to go, I had to go babysit for my sister because she needed to run errands today. Her husband was called to work today. Okay. So of course I helped her out. I had to go to the groceries if I need something, right? So we're allowed to go to the groceries. So our place is just closed at night at 8 o'clock. That hadn't happened yet until Monday. Some other places are you guys are more restricted. So show that, what are you guys doing? What's that family time? Are you doing, game boards, movie night, making dinner together, making cookies? What is it that you're doing? And then when the world is regular and we're normal, what are you doing at the, show the soccer game, the baseball game, show you guys at a family picnic, whatever. Just show who you are so you can open up to people so they get to know who you are. Another thing that is key, guys, if you're not doing your stories, and I'm not the best at this either because working in your stories, it is time consuming. But if you could work 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the afternoon, and 15 minutes at night, that is 45 minutes a day. Okay. Or maybe 10 and 10, whatever works for you. When people look at your stories, I'm hoping you guys know, let me know, this, say yes or no, or have you utilized this? You can see who watches your stories. Okay, so were you guys aware of that? Did you know you could see who watches your stories? So those people are higher prospects for you because they're watching you. They're watching what you're doing. You're entertaining them. So what you definitely want to do is go to their page and see what they're about. What are they doing? Are they people that you want to connect with? Go what I always say, give some love and wows, make meaningful comments on their pages. And then you guys will alert to each other that you guys have things in common, whatever it may be, making these connections. And then make meaningful conversations in Messenger. It's not about the sell yet because you need to warm up to people. Hey, how are you? How are you doing during this quarantine? How's you and your family? Or when the quarantine's done, hey, how are you? And you could do a little intro. I've done intros, but I'm just not really good at it anymore. Hey, my name's Christina. I'm from Arizona. I have a mother of 2. I love chicken wings and margaritas. Tell me about you, and you're not pitching them anything. They're like, oh my God, this person really wants to know about me. So you're going to stand out versus a person who just said, hey, can you post something for me you can be entered in a giveaway for money. Hey, I'm looking for, what do they call them? I'm looking for affiliates. And I think it's for mascara or something. You never even talked to them. I got today, timing of this video, someone invited to their beauty group, which is a skincare line that I've used. I've done that skincare company before. I don't even know who it is. If she would have gotten to know me and asked me before she invited me, I would have said, hey, girl, I already have my own account because I use that skincare for my daughter. You know what I mean? So it's very, again, being outside the box. And, you guys know I always get on a tangent on that. So when you look at the people who are looking at your stories, then you go engage with them, and that's going to help your algorithm, and you're engaging more. You're going to comment on their, they'll comment back on you, and putting it into Messenger. All that helps the algorithm. And remember that Facebook algorithm and the stories and then the feed are two different algorithms you're working on. Okay. So if you're online with me still, please let me know. Is this making sense? This is making sense. Do you feel like this is something you can do? And then what else did I want to say? Okay, so I have two more tips. So when you want to be promotional, so I was telling you guys, it's okay for you guys to put your stuff in the stories. And that's my son who is yelling because he's on his game. I did not tell him I was going live. This is what happens when your son's off of work right now. Okay, through this time. Okay, anyways, so I'm gonna call it. So I want to be promotional. So kind of what I said. You show your products how you're using them. You're doing that face skincare. You're telling them why you're using that toner. You're telling them why you love your eye cream because it helps the bags. I see a lot of people that do coffee, So there's a girl, I won't her name here, but I follow her over on Instagram, and she does really good stories, and she does coffee, and she's always really good about it. She's over there pouring her coffee daily. She makes different filters through Instagram or Facebook. And she's just stirring it up, and you're like, dang, what's she doing? What's that about? What is she taking? And she shows her doing it, but it's very, it's entertaining, like she draws you in. I know there's another lady on Instagram. She's in health and fitness, and every day she works out on Instagram stories. And I've been watching her for a long time, and that girl looks amazing now. I mean, she still looked good, but she looks better now because she's been a while and she's lost weight. And there she is every day with whatever I don't even know what that lady's company is, but she has some kind of powder. And every time she's working out, she's taking her powder with her. And if you've been following her journey, you know how much weight she lost because I've seen it. So that's luring people in, be saying, hey, Daphne, thanks for going live with us. What are you taking, girl? Like, you're on these stories every day working out. Like, what are you taking, So how can you show your one highlighted product and lure people in? Okay, so if you guys ever watch my stories, though, please, guys, I'm not saying I'm the best at stories. I try. I know I've gotten better in my stories. I will say that, but I'm not saying I'm all that in a bag of chips. I never want you guys to think that. But you show me, I might show you guys in my stories that I'm using my coffee with my protein shake and I write on there, I started filters like, oh, mom energy helps my cravings, and someone who needs that may reach out. I love my oils from my company. So I show myself, using the oils. My daughter was sick last week, so we definitely were using the oils, and that was like all behind the scenes in my post, in my stories. So what is your highlight product for you guys to show without promoting it, but you're using it and lure your audience in? Okay, so you definitely want to make sure that you're using the tools. So for me, I know I've told you guys in the past, I use my stories through Instagram, okay? Because on Instagram, I can use whatever filters I want to use. Hold on. Let me just bring up so here's this. I did these stories earlier. I have templates from one of my groups that I'm a part of. We get story templates from my group that I'm a part of. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I was saving them. And then if you guys watched my stories in this timing, you'll see how I wrote on them and whatever. And I asked questions. Okay. So let me try to go. So if you guys go to my stories today, I have some pretty cool stories because I showed my dinner with the kids yesterday, me making dinner for them. I was making my daughter waffles this morning. So I was, showing that. I made her a smoothie yesterday. I showed that. I was with my nieces this morning. So, I'm showing Thea means aunt in Spanish. I'm showing my aunt life, Thea life with my nieces. And then, so if you guys go follow my stories today, I have a question, what are you guys doing to unwind, especially during this time? And I tell my audience what I like to do to unwind. And I wrote it all. And then I asked a question for you guys to answer. So I know this is kind of hard for you guys to see, but you definitely want to use the tools that Facebook gives you or Instagram, because when I do my story post, let me just do this here. I just took a picture of my table. When I do my story post through Instagram, it goes to my stories on Facebook. So I know this is hard, guys, but I don't have the software. I haven't still figured out how to use my phone when I go live, so it'd be a better view. But one day I promise you I will learn that. So up here is the little square where everything comes up. So you can put your location, you can put ask a question, do a poll, put your music. So you definitely want to put that in there, even your location. So it's alerted to people who are watching stories. Now this may be more on Instagram, because if you put your location in your hashtags, and I do that. So I'm not going to get into that here, but I do that because I want people notified in my area with the hashtags I'm looking for on my Instagram. It doesn't matter over on Facebook, but the stories I show are still on Facebook. So you definitely want to use those, okay? Because these are the tools that you use for your stories. And then on the search engine, you could put like rainy day, sunny day, hot, coffee, and all the little pictures come up for you. You can have interaction on your stories. Again, that's going to be interaction. If you guys if you're not on my Instagram, look, so if you guys, whoever watches this now, if you guys are on Instagram, go over there to my stories or go to my Facebook stories, but more on my Instagram stories. I have it organized better. I do have some on my Facebook page, on my personal page, but on Instagram, it's the same name I have here, Christina Lozano Torres. Go find me, go follow me. If you follow me, I'll follow you back. And then you can see my story highlights of everything where I show my product stuff. Daphne, you always have awesome tips. Thank you, Daphne. I appreciate that. And then you could see the stories, and then you can see how I use the music and how I use filters. So you don't want to be boring in your stories. You want to use the tools Facebook gives you. The only way, guys, you're going to know how to do that is you have to play around with it. When I first started using stories, I didn't use all the tools. I didn't really understand. It wasn't until I started playing around with what it was saying, and I just played with it. Am I the best? No. Do I try? Yes. Okay. So I'm hoping that these tips help you. So I gave you guys 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 tips. So out of these 7 tips, I don't expect you guys to use all these 7 tips. Okay. I hope that you guys use at least 2 of them. Okay. That's the goal. Use at least 2 of them. Okay. So I wanted to show you guys the way I do my storyboard, and this is like a little bit longer live than I anticipated, but I have Selena and Daphne here. They're my true fans, always watching me. So I really thank you guys for that. I'm going to show you guys how I organize mine. So when I organize mine for my storyboard, I do about 2 or 3. The first thing I do are memes, funny memes. Okay, mom life. But I like to talk about alcohol, like margaritas or wine, anything that resonates with you. So I do about 2 or 3 funny memes. Okay. And then I always do quotes, and you can do them in any order. You can play around with them. I try to do at least 2 quotes. One thing that I think that is the best though, and I still play around with it, is when you have your product, when you're giving value through your product post, do you do it at the end of your story or in the middle? Because this is what you're going to do. If you do it in the middle, you're going to lose your audience, because they might not be interested in your product, especially if you're just being a spammer and talking about yourself or come join my team. That doesn't work anymore, guys. So this is going to be backwards, but for timing's sake, I like to do my memes, which is over here apparently, memes, some quotes, something funny, maybe my kids, what I'm doing on the weekend, behind the scenes, real life, and then I'll do my product information at the end. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I might have honestly between 8, because I just do a little bit more. And I normally, again, when life was regular, I load them up at night. Now with life being different, because we're at home right now, I'm doing a little bit here and there throughout the day. Okay. So a quick thing of what you guys want to do, and this is what I was talking with my friend Amanda. Me and her have a few businesses that we do together. I said, sometimes you always don't want to feel like you just want to put products in your stories because you feel like you don't want to be that spammer. So think about when you guys are having promotions or sales, or maybe you're having an event that you want to invite people to. For me, I'm going to try to do more product stuff when it's either the day before an event or a sale, or the day of, and see how that works. And then be more of memes, quotes, stuff like that. Okay. So I hope that helps you guys. But I know I have at least 2 different videos here on my page here, Christina Torres, of stories. If you want more information, a little bit here and there. I know we all don't have a lot of time, but we might have time right now, right? Because we're home. I never really anticipate for you guys to fully watch my videos, but you guys can listen. And that's what I do. When I listen to my mentor, Helen, I'm always doing something. At the time before life changed, I was driving to work, driving home, listening to Helen. Okay. I always tell her, you're in my car with me. Now that I'm home, we do a boot camp with Helen every once a month. So I'm able to watch it live because I have the time to sit there and watch it live with her versus the replay. So you guys just got to figure out what works for you. One of my pet peeves is when people say, well, I don't have time. I don't have time. If your business is valuable to you and you want to work your business and try to get the people who God sent you that are your tribe, then you will make the time and make the effort to fit it in, because we're all busy. Every single one of us is busy. We're busy in different ways. Guys, I work full time when I'm working. Ha ha ha. We're not working right now. I'm a single mom of 2 kids, and granted, my kids are older. I still have to take them where they need to go, right? Like, I still got to take them where they need to go. I'm still doing what I need to do. Sometimes with my work, we have night events for my real job. Okay. So if I can do it, so can you guys. Okay. I encourage you. So can you guys. So I hope these tips and tricks helped. If you guys got value from this, if you're on my business page, hit that button and let your teammates know. One thing I wanted to tell you guys, well, as I had it here, is I'm working on my YouTube channel right now, guys. What I'm doing is what my mentor had kind of suggested, and I'm like, okay, I just been putting it on the back burner. So what I'm doing is the Facebook Lives that I've done on my personal page or here on my business page, not the ones that I've done in my group. I don't think that were just for my group. Those are staying there, but sometimes what I do, personal page live or my business page, I share it into my group. Daphne, very true. Daphne, you always put so much out. Thank you, Daphne. I appreciate that. I know, here we are, 27 minutes. I thought it was going to be at least 15, Christina. I want to give everyone's time. I'm going to go 5 more, hopefully be done in 30 minutes, so for the 30-minute mark. The reason why I like using StreamYard is because it tells me how long I'm going. So Daphne, thank you. I appreciate that. And Daphne does great, guys. Go check her out, Daphne Butler. She does awesome in her stories. The girl is even doing TikToks, okay? And she needs to teach me one day, because me and my sister were talking about TikTok earlier. I'm like, I don't know about TikTok, but that is an up and rising, another platform to use for your business as well. I got a recipe, guys, for me and my daughter's dinner the other day from TikTok. My daughter found a recipe. Not that they was like, oh, here's a recipe. Like, they did a video on a recipe. It was so cute that me and my daughter bought the stuff and we made it, and I put it in my stories. That was something fun. Like, hey, my daughter found this recipe, you guys, that's what I did. I showed the recipe of what I did, everything that I put in the recipe, how I cooked it. And I think that's one thing I forgot to tell you guys. When you're doing your lifestyle post, behind the scenes kind of combination, if you're someone in the health and wellness, show your workout in the behind the scenes. Show you doing that protein shake. If you are someone that's in, maybe the beauty and skincare, show you how with the client. Maybe you're doing a face, what is it? Like a face massage or something like that. What is it called? What's the word I'm looking for? Whatever, skin consultation. You're right. Whatever it is you're doing, show it with that too. Oh, you guys know I'm always like, get off tangent. But anyways, back to, so what I'm doing, what I'm working on YouTube right now is getting all my Facebook Lives that have gotten a lot of engagement, or the ones I feel that were really good information, because not all of them are always, maybe I'm like, oh, I didn't do so well on that one, or maybe this one didn't get as much engagement. So I'm like, maybe it wasn't a great one. You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean? So I'm getting all my lives video to get them ready to go to YouTube, because what I think here, my mentor Helen says, is when you're on Facebook, your Facebook video is only seen, right, for a little bit, and then it's gone. And I know there's previous videos where I've gotten a lot of engagement or I felt I was very proud of that. I don't want them to be lost, right? So what you can do is put them onto your YouTube channel. So that's what I'm working on. Like I do have my other videos there that I do regular YouTube videos. So I'm going to make a video list and put replay of Facebook Lives. And I'll let you guys know when that's done. So then if you guys, I'll have my own library of videos that I've done. And, you know, if you were like, oh, let me go check out Christina's older stuff, then you can go there and you can, you know, and I'm going to work on putting the titles there. It's just time consuming, but guess what? I've got time. I've got time right now to do that. My other mentor, because I have a few mentors that I work with in another group, says we have nothing but time. So work on the things that you don't have time for when you're too busy. So that's why I'm doing this. I never have time to update my YouTube channel, my Facebook live video library. So that's what I'm doing. So what can you work on? What can you work on? Can you start working on a PDF? Can you start working on a to-do list of something that you want to do? Maybe write your goals, maybe make your story. What is that one? Your vision board, you know, and I have a video on vision boards, guys, how to make one through your phone. I've done that. So what is it that you want to work on? And or maybe it's not even your business. Maybe it's family stuff. Maybe you need to spring clean. Maybe you need to organize the garage. Make the time now because we have time. What I'll end with this is if you guys are not subscribed to my channel on YouTube, please go do that. I would gratefully appreciate if you guys did. Christina Torres. Check out what I have there now. And then I'm going to start, when I'm done with the Facebook ones, I'll let you guys know. So you'll have my library there. We have to think about what's going to happen if anything happens to Facebook. Yes, YouTube is another platform that we don't belong to either. But I feel like it's a little bit better because YouTube is like videos over there. Okay. And then I don't recall anything ever happening to YouTube like it happened to Facebook, but who knows? You never know. But you want to think about this. All the time and energy I put into my videos for you guys, for my audience, I don't want to lose that. And what I do on Pinterest is I connect my videos to my pins, but it's Facebook. What if something happens to my Facebook? At least they'll be saved over on YouTube. So you guys think about those things. Right now, if you want to work on Canva, there's so many YouTube tutorials on Canva for you guys to work how to make your branded quotes, how to make your own PDF. You know, there's storyboards, like you saw those pretty ones. Like I know how to make simple ones, but it takes time to make pretty ones. But one of the group I'm in is, it's a monthly group that we pay, you know, through Jasmine Star. I don't know if you guys know who you are, if she is, but she's another great mentor. You can go follow her on Instagram. That's where she likes to be. So my monthly group is, we get pretty photo stock pictures and our templates, and they're easy. It saves me time and I'm able to use those. My whole point was, to use them in my stories, right? So go to Canva. If you're not using Canva, what is it one thing that you want to work on? Do you want to learn how to stand out making your branded quotes? Do you want to stand out on your stories to make your own boards? Or do you want to start your own PDF? Okay, guys, do you want to learn how to do email marketing? Now is the time to do it. Guys, I didn't know anything about email marketing. I just know my mentor kept saying, you need to do it. You need to do it. If you lose your contacts through Facebook, who are you going to have, right? So I taught myself a lot of this stuff, and I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I never want you guys to do this, but these beginning stuff, this intro stuff, you can teach yourself. Eventually, you do have to pay money for a mentor. Like the mentor I have, I pay money because you have to. You know, you can't always learn everything for free in advance. But in the beginning, I taught myself how to do Canva, certain things on there. I taught myself how to make a PDF. I taught myself how to start my small email marketing list through MailChimp because it's free. All that stuff I learned, guys, is all on YouTube. YouTube is your friend right now for you to get started on certain things you want to do. Now, if you feel like I'm not interested in any of that, Christina, okay, that's fine. Look where you are in your business. How can you work stories into it for you to connect with more people? Right now is the best time to connect with people meaningfully, give those true comments, make meaningful conversations, because they might see you working because we're still giving value. You're going to stand out from people who give up. So this is the thing everyone's saying too. Don't give up on your businesses right now, because if you give up because you feel bad, oh my gosh, we're going through this hard time and I'm still showing up for my business. If you're showing up for your business the right way, then you shouldn't feel bad. And you're going to still keep going versus people who gave up. They're going to have to restart by the time things get better. Maybe December, January, and you're going to have to restart everything. So don't lose what you've already had. When the moment you stop, you lose everything. You got to start all over. Trust me. I hate that restart button. It's not a good feeling. But you guys need to do what's best for you. So I hope I gave you value in this training. I hope that you guys use your stories. Go over and look at my stories if you guys want to get some ideas. Go look at Daphne. Daphne, I hope you don't mind me putting you on blast. Daphne Butler, she has some great stories as well. Selena, Hames, she has good stories. When you do them, Selena, she has good stories as well. So you just got to keep going and doing it. And then if you guys have any questions, you can Google stuff about stories. You can go to YouTube and go to stories. And then look at my old videos here. And I promise you guys, when I figure out how to put my phone to my computer to show you visual through the computer and my cell phone, then I will do that. I've tried doing 2 different apps and software to add to my laptop. I just can't figure that out yet. But one day I promise you guys I will. So again, guys, thank you for watching me live. If you're watching later in the replay, put in hashtag replay, hashtag later. And if you have any stories, if you have any questions about your stories, guys, feel free to message me. Right now, I have nothing but time. If you guys have any stories, oh my God, Christina, if you guys have any questions about strategies, if you're like, Christina, I want to try this or I want to do that, guys, I have time right now. So if anyone wants to, sit and chat with me, we can do a Facebook chat. We can do a Zoom chat where I can send you my Zoom link, and then we'll this is all free from my heart because I want to help you guys who are taking the time to watch me, taking the time that are in my group or here on my page, that you guys really honor what I do for you guys. Then I want to connect with you guys. So what questions do you have? Do you want me to look at your Facebook feed? Do you want me to help you a little bit more with stories? Whatever it is, what is it that you're needing from me? So just message me and let me know, and then we can make that time together. So this is all I have. Daphne, thank you for the praying hands. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, guys, take care and God bless. I'm off.